Hello students, in last video we already discussed about the name of important activities of crop production. Firstly, preparation of soil, next sowing, next adding manure and fertilizers, next irrigation, next protecting from weeds, next harvesting and next storage. Now I will explain every topic to you properly, means every activity to you which is very important and which plays a lot of very important role in the crop production. Firstly, if I will tell you about the preparation of soil, then we all know it's a very important step before growing a crop. It's a very important task. It's a very important task in our agricultural field. It's a very important task. Actually, this preparation of soil normally allows to roots to penetrate deep in the soil, and by the loosen up of soil can easily breathe and easily they can go inside the soil. Easily it can grow deep inside the soil. Now, how it will done? Actually, the loosen up of soil is very helpful in the growth of earthworms, in the growth of microbes which is present in the soil. And this particular process in which loosen up and turning of the soil, this complete process is known as plugging. The another name of plugging is tilling. All of you can easily see process of loosening and turning of the soil is known as plugging, or the secondary name of is tilling. It is normally done by the using plug, we all know, and this plug is made up of from wood or from iron. But if the presentable soil or if the soil of that field is very dry, then watering is very important before plugging. Watering makes it little flexible, means watering makes plugging little flexible. In the plugged field, very big pieces of soils are also present, which is known as crumbs. Big pieces of soil is known as crumbs. So, it is very necessary to break down these crumbs with the help of plank. You all knows about all these things. And in the preparation of soil, labeling is also very important. Yes, labeling of soil is very important, and this labeling is done with the help of labeler. Now, in next part we will come second part, which is known as sowing. Sowing is also very important. Now, as I told you, it's a very important part of the crop production. It's very important part in the crop production. But before sowing, if I will tell you, we just have to select good quality seeds, because good quality seeds are clean, and we just want the healthy seeds which contain a good variety, and all the farmers have to prefer to use the seeds which give a very high yield. That's why sowing is very important. And with the help of some tools, we do our sowing in the field. Two types of tools are here. First one is traditional tool and second one is seed drill. As we all know, traditionally we used the tools is named as traditional tool, and these traditional tool is used for sowing seeds in the shaped like a funnel, means funnel like shaped or funnel shaped structure is very important, or is used to sow the field, to sowing the seed. Actually, what happens, all the seeds which is very important for the sowing, all the seeds are filled in the funnel. Then with the help of 2 or 3 pipes which contain sharp end, they go inside the soil and place all the seeds in the soil. Now, actually it's normally traditionally used tool. Secondary, if I will tell you about the seed drill. Seed drill is very important nowadays for the sowing and with the help of tractor. Actually, with the help of tractor in field, we can easily or uniformly we can spread the seed with the proper distance and proper depth. They also prevent the damage which is caused by the birds, and with the help of seed drills we can easily save our time and labor also. Next is the adding manure and fertilizers. As we all know, manures and fertilizers are very important for the healthy growth of the plants. It's very important. And soil which is present in the place, or it supplies minerals, it supplies nutrients to the crop. That nutrients which is very essential for the growth of the plants. Actually, what happens in some areas, farmers grows crops after crop in the same field. Then the field is never ever left cultivated or fallow. And this type of continuous growing of crops makes the soil very less in nutrients and very dry. That's why adding manure and adding fertilizers is very helpful for the regrowth of plants in a different way. Now, if I will tell you again and again, I am telling you fertilizers, manure, fertilizer, manure. Now you will think, ma'am, is there any difference in between manure and fertilizers? Then yes. There is some difference in between fertilizers and manure, about which I am going to tell you. If you will see the difference in between fertilizers and manure, then you can see fertilizer is an inorganic salt and manures is a very natural substance, and we can easily get manure with the decomposition of cattle dung, with the help of human waste, and with the help of plant residues. Fertilizers can easily prepared in factories, but what about manures? Manures can be prepared in the field. Fertilizers can't provide any type of humus to the soil, but what about manure? Manure provide a lot of humus to the soil, a lot of humus. Next thing, fertilizers are very rich in plant nutrients such as nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium. But what about manure? Manures are relatively less rich in plants nutrients. But there are such other advantages of manure which I am going to tell you. Means we can easily consider manure better than the fertilizers. This is because of manure enhances the water holding capacity of the soil, and manures can easily makes the soil very porous, because due to this exchangement of gases becomes very easy, and manures can easily increases the number of microbes which is very friendly to the crop, to the plant. And manure also improves the texture of the soil. Yes. In next part, if I am telling you about the irrigation, next step is irrigation. Then irrigation is very important for the plant's growth and development, because we all knows all the living beings want water for their survival, for their living. And it's also very important for the growth, for the development of flowers, for plants, for food, for seed, and for the every part of plants. It's very important. And normally water is absorbed by the plant's root, and definitely minerals and fertilizers are also absorbed. Normally, if I am telling you, then plants contain approx 90% of water. And water is essential because germination of seeds does not take place under any type of dry condition. It will not take place. And normally dissolved nutrients in water can easily transported to the each part of the plants. That's why plants is very important. That's why water in plants is very important. And due to this, irrigation part is also very important. Water can easily protect our soil, can easily protect our plants, our crops from the hot air current. Now, again and again I am telling you irrigation, and I am telling you about the qualities of water. Now you will tell me, ma'am, what is the exact definition of irrigation? So, completely which I told you comes under the category of irrigation, means the supply of water to crops at the different intervals is known as irrigation. And normally the time and the frequency of irrigation is very very different from the crop to crop, from soil to soil, and from season to season. Now we can easily see the different sources of irrigation are here, such as wells, tube wells, pond, lakes, rivers, dams, canals are properly available for the irrigation, for the supply of water in the plant area and the crops in the fields. Now if I will tell you about the traditional method of irrigation, then you can easily see the name. First one is pulley system, it comes under the category of traditional method. Chain pump, dhekli system, rahat system, which is also known as lever system, and about this you will read in your book properly. You can easily read, you can easily see the diagram and can easily understand by yourself after reading. If there will be any confusion, then you can easily tell me. So all these are the traditional method of irrigation. And if I will tell you about the modern method, then there are mainly two modern method, which is known as sprinkle system and drip system. Means in the form of sprinkle, or we can easily sprinkled water in the crop, over the plant, by which we will not waste the water, and if the sufficient water is not available, then sprinkle system is very very helpful for providing water to the crops, to the plants, and with the help of setting of some perpendicular pipes and some rotating nozzles, after the joining of all these things in a regular interval, we can easily use the sprinkle system during the modern method for the irrigation. It's a very very important for the sandy soil. It's very very important. Next, drip system. With the help of drips, we provides water to the root of plants in the form of drips, and it's really very best technique for the watering fruit plants, for the gardens, for the trees. Means easily water falls drop by a drop just at a position of the roots. That's why it's known as drip system. Next, if I will tell you about the protection from weeds. Now one term come here, weeds. Weeds means unwanted plants in field. Unwanted plants which is present in the field, known as weeds. Because as we all know, some unwanted and undesirable plants may grow naturally along with the crops, and removal of these crops and removal of these plants and removal of these weeds is known as weeding. It's very very important process, because they can easily affect the growth of a crop. That's why removing of these weeds is very very important. Killing of these weeds is very very important, and we can easily done this thing with the help of khurpi. All of you listen this term, khurpi, and we can easily control these weeds with the help of some chemicals which is known as weedicides. You can easily see weedicides, and these weedicides, yes, we can easily spray them over the field to kill the weeds, and they do not damage our crop. That's why sprinkle of weedicides or the use of weedicides is very very important for the protection of seeds. Next thing, if I will tell you, next step is harvesting. Definitely it's a very very important task. Means harvesting means cutting of crop after maturation of crop is known as harvesting. Yes, it's very very important. And in harvesting, what we do, Actually, in harvesting, crops are pulled out, or we can cut them close to the ground, and it usually takes 3 to 4 months from the cereal crop to get mature, and the grain seed need to be separated from the chaff, we all know. And this particular process is known as threshing. This chaff, in Hindi you can say bhusa. Separation of grain seeds from the chaff is known as threshing. This threshing is very important, and this is carried out with the help of a machine which is known as combine. Combine means it's a combination of harvester and thresher. So harvesting is also very important, and now final step comes, which is known as storage. Storage is also very important and very risky task, because if we will not keep our crop grains for the longer time, definitely they will infected by the insect, by the microorganism, or by the moisture, we all know, because fresh crop has more moisture, as we all know. So if we will store all the harvested grains without drying, then definitely they may get spoiled, or they may get attacked by the microorganism, and easily they can lose their capacity, their germination capacity. That's why proper storing is also very important. So finally, in this chapter we included all the steps of crop production and management. I hope all of you will understand every step of crop production and management. Now this chapter is complete. Thank you.